I am coming out. I'm coming out as a perceivable person online. This is my very first YouTube video. So I thought like an easy way or like an easy introduction and just kind of start that's not like not too heavy or like too much info is to just go through my physical media that I have, all the DVDs that I own. Right now, my collection is very random. I collected, there's probably only like 20 movies here that I have collected over the years just randomly when I see them in thrift stores. There's no real purpose here. There's no real like sought out mindful collecting to this collection. It's just the random shit that I have. But what I do want to happen this year is I want to like collect it. I want to have an actual collection of movies that I absolutely just need to have. So from the years of like 2017 to 2020, right before we shut down, I would go to thrift stores and just grab random movies that I knew I already liked for like a collection. And then I just stopped. So this is all that I have right now. And I plan to get more because as of last year, I have really, really gotten into like watching movies. I know what you're gonna say after I say this. No one watches movies the way I watch movies. And you're probably like, girl, I'm so serious. Like, the way I watch movies is I'm not watching like a movie. This is like an experience. Yeah, I'm pretentious and I don't care. You know your English teacher when she was like, why do you think the curtains are red? Yeah. In no particular order either. I'm just gonna grab off the top and we're just gonna talk about them. This is Kill Bill by Quentin Tarantino, or directed by Quentin Tarantino. I'm not a huge like Tarantino person. Pretty sure this is the only movie I have seen of his. I have seen the second one. I just don't own the second one. This is T. Like this is T boots down. Like if you have not seen this, I don't know who hasn't, but like this is a really good movie. This video is spoiler free. If you have not seen any of these movies, I'm not going to spoil them. Like comic come to life. There's a lot of sword fighting. There's a lot of action. And I'm not a huge action movie fan, and this is T. I'm sure everyone has seen this. This is Clueless. I actually don't know who the director is. Alicia Silverstone. Another thing about me is like I am really big into like everything that I told you about, like the way I watch movies. I'm really bad at who the directors are. I have like one favorite director and I can tell you his movies, and then everyone else, I have no idea who they are. I don't think this would be considered like a bad movie. Maybe to like straight men, but not me. I know what you're thinking. This is a good movie. It's like a really good movie. Vanessa Hudgens, mama. This is a really good movie. This is a retelling of like the classic story of Beauty and the Beast with high schoolers. And it discusses like topics about vanity and, you know, just like being a shitty high schooler. We follow our main character, Mr. whatever. I think his name's Kyle. It is! Yeah, that's a Kyle. He's like a douchebag, like popular high schooler running for like president of the school or some shit. I don't remember that much. Also, Mary-Kate Olsen is in this. She plays a witch. How could you not say cunt? So douchebag, vanity, hot, like Abercrombie model man or whatever is a douchebag, and he like is really rude to like Kendra, the school witch, and she like curses him, and he turns ugly on the outside to like fall in like genuine love with someone. And then that's Vanessa Hudgens' character that he falls in love with. Is it a good movie? Probably not. Is it a good movie to me? Yes. I don't know why I have this. It had to definitely be one of those random like grabs at a thrift store. This is the Thora. I actually don't know if this was supposed to be a direct response to Jumanji, or if it's like cinematically canon that this is like in that same realm. Oh, hey, so reading is like really fundamental. It actually says right here, like in bold, a new adventure from the world of Jumanji. Anyways, Detective Barbie on the case. Anyways, this is a movie that takes place, if you guys haven't seen Zathura, I'm pretty sure almost everyone here has, so I'm like preaching to the choir. But if you haven't, for some reason, check this out. It's silly, it's fun, it's something to just throw on if you want to like just watch something, I guess. Kristen Stewart is in it. Actually, let's take a segue into Kristen Stewart for a moment. I don't think she's a bad actress. Everyone says that she's a bad actress, only reference Twilight. She's pretty okay in Zathura. I mean, it's a kid's movie. She also was in one of my favorite movies, Love Lies Bleeding. If you guys have not seen Love Lies Bleeding, please go watch that. It is a lesbian erotic love story filled with like crazy stuff. A24, steroids, lesbian bodybuilders. If I haven't pitched it, I don't know what else to say. All right. Let's talk about this bitch for a hot minute. I fucking hate this movie. This movie caused so much anxiety and damage to me at like a really young age. This came out in 2012. I remember watching this at my friend's house at like a sleepover. All of us terrified. This movie is like the most anxiety-inducing found footage about a couple of high schoolers who are filming like a video for like a project at school. While they're filming it in their car, they hear like an Amber Alert information. The car in front of them has the same like description of the car and the same license plate, so they decide to follow the car. It gets like really crazy in the last 20 minutes. It is one of the only movies that I have only seen once and I will never rewatch because it is like, it really is crazy, and I can handle a lot. This movie is just too much. This is a type of movie that I recommend to like everyone because I love getting their reactions from it because they're always the same. It's like, this is crazy. It should be illegal. I hate her. I will never rewatch her, and I really don't know why I have the DVD. I'm gonna insert a sound how I feel about this movie. Yeah. This is the 2013 remake of Stephen King's Carrie. The 1976 one is the best Carrie. Like, down. That is my bitch. I support everything that she did in that movie. I really do. My only qualm with the 70s version of Carrie is my same qualm with, like, every adaptation of Carrie. They'd never cast a book-accurate Carrie. Cast a book-accurate Carrie, you cowards! This is the same exact story, of course, with just, like, a couple of modern elements to it. Canonically, modern 2013 that this is taking place in. We have cell phones, we have Google. There's like a scene in this movie where she Googles magic powers, and it really takes me out. However, it does have Chloe Grace Moretz, which I do love Miss Chloe. She does do a really good performance in this. And if you take this out of like the world of Carrie, and instead of seeing this as a reboot, but like its own adaptation, it's decent. Not the best. I'm so excited to talk about this movie. This is Pan's Labyrinth by Guillermo del Toro. El Labyrinto del Fauno. Oh, you didn't know I could speak Spanish? I know like a little bit. This movie is in Spanish regardless of what title you find it on. If you are in the mood to watch a foreign movie and read subtitles, this is the one. I cannot recommend this enough. I think by the end of my channel, whenever the end comes, I hope to be known as the annoying twink who does not shut up about Pan's Labyrinth or the movie Showgirls. Like I'm so serious about those two movies, like so beyond serious that I should be paid by Hollywood to free advertise them. Quintessential Del Toro in his directing. It is beautifully shot. There are amazing camera angles and shots and scenery. Costume design eats down. This is a fantasy movie, but it also mixes in like real world. It follows a young girl named Ophelia who is moving to the countryside of Spain during a war to live with her new war criminal stepdad. And while she is there, she is visited, or she finds a faun in a labyrinth that is on the land. And he tells her that she's the long lost princess. And in order to actually prove that she still has her princessness in her soul, she has to complete 3 tasks. Those 3 tasks take her on a crazy journey, all while intertwining her war criminal stepfather's war crimes, her mom giving birth to her little brother, and just like the violence of war also kind of intertwining into her journey to becoming the lost princess. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. And what about it? This is Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior. I'm not ashamed to own this. This gets played regularly. It's a Disney Channel original movie from the best time that they were making those type of movies. Follow Miss Brenda Song as she is visited by a monk and tells her, "You're the next dragon warrior, bitch, and I need you." She's like, okay. Hear me out. Don't click off. Don't click off. I need you. Aquamarine, 2006. This is one of my all-time like favorite movies in the sense of like it's a comfort movie for me. This movie reminds me a lot of my siblings and when we were younger being obsessed with mermaids and watching this movie until the DVD broke and sneaking into a hotel to swim in their pool and pretend to be mermaids. Like, this has a really, really special place in my heart. You will probably hear me talk about this movie a lot. I watch this movie once a year on the same day every year, May 1st. May 1st is the start to my summer. That is when summer starts for me. That's when I watch this movie and cry, and that means summer has started. May 1st, watch party! Emotional damage. Okay. I know I've put you guys through a lot with Wendy Wu and Aquamarine. I'm about to put us through a lot again. I don't look good inverted. I will not get on this app and invert myself for you. This is Perks of Being a Wallflower. Again, another movie I think everyone has seen. This is a really, 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 really good movie. I can't stress this enough. If you have not seen this movie, take time and watch this because you're gonna cry. A lot of the material in the book makes it to the movie. If you do not know Perks of Being a Wallflower, we follow our main character Charlie as he starts high school with no friends, and he meets these 2 people. Why can't I think of their names? These 2 fuck-ass bitches. We are not going to actually talk about this actor at all. But he meets these 2 friends, and he just has a high school experience. It's told through letters that Charlie is writing, and it features the Rocky Horror Picture Show. So if you have not seen Perks of Being the Wallflower, why do I keep saying the Wallflower? If you haven't seen Perks, bitch, go watch it. All right, I'm gonna lose some of you here. I said I was not a big action person, and that is true. There are like maybe 16 action movies that I really get behind. I am looking to like watch more action movies because the ones that I do like, I love. This is No Escape, and unfortunately, it does have Owen Wilson in it. That's why I said I'm gonna lose some of you guys. I don't like him either, but this movie, it eats. It says, a must-see heart-pounding action that will leave you breathless. An intense international thriller, No Escape centers on American businessman, Wilson, derogatory, as he and his family settle into their new home in Southeast Asia. Suddenly finding themselves in the middle of a violent political uprising, they must frantically look for a safe escape as rebels mercilessly attack The City. You know dads love action movies. Um, my dad was watching this and I like caught parts of it and I said, wow, this is tea. And then I saw it in a thrift store and I said, okay, yeah, I need to have it. Where my bitches at? Where are my bitches at? This is Elektra. I've literally only seen this once. Maybe I'll rewatch this soon. When I was a kid, my mom was watching this and I said, wow, that's a diva and I want to be her. So Elektra has Jennifer Garner in it. And it is like a Marvel character. I'm not into Marvel like at the fuck all, but Elektra eats. Jennifer Garner proves that looks can kill as the sexiest action hero ever to burst from the pages of Marvel Comics. Restored to life after sustaining mortal wounds in Daredevil, Elektra, played by Garner, now lives only for death as the world's most lethal assassin. Listen, all you need to know about watching this, you don't even need to watch Daredevil. Funny enough, I think I actually have Daredevil in this stack. Maybe I lied when I said I don't watch Marvel movies. This is my coming out video. I'm coming out as a liar! All you need to know is this bitch is hot and she has sais, these little weapons. And there is such a good action scene in this bitch where she's like whipping them the fuck around, and it changed my little gay brain when I watched it at like 6 years old. I mean, come on. This is Bring It On, In It to Win It. Another comfort movie of mine. I just love trashy, like stupid, like early 2000s, like dumb movies. I don't even know what you would call this. A cheer movie. This is like the second installment in the Bring It On world. The first one obviously is very, very iconic, but this one is mine. Like it's her. This takes place in Orlando, Florida. I live in Florida, so. This movie is iconic. The script, I have not seen this in a really long time, probably like 5 years, but I don't know what the script could contain. It could be very well poorly dated. I'm almost positive it will be. I think Scream 1 will always be iconic. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, they're not really a franchise that I particularly like hold very highly. I do recognize its impact. Look how dirty this is also. I do recognize its impact and like its lovability. One thing about me that you guys will find out, I do not like franchises. I really don't. I respect them and I recognize their impact, especially things like Halloween, Friday the 13th. It's just not my cup of tea. I don't really like franchise movies. I really don't. This is Where the Wild Things Are, like the live action. 2009. I know that a lot of people don't like this fucking movie, but I think it's tea. It really reminds me of like Jim Henson, like The Labyrinth or The Dark Crystal. There's like a lot of like characters that are very puppetry or very Jim Henson like coded. I think that's his name. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but y'all know who I'm talking about, the puppet guy. This is like a really, really good movie. And also I wrote a high school English paper on this movie, dissecting how each Wild Thing character kind of represents a mental state, like depression, anxiety. Like this movie really dives into like some deep things that it's not like surface level Where the Wild Things Are. So if you haven't seen this movie, I would recommend taking the time to actually watch this. It is still like the typical surface level Where the Wild Things Are, crazy fun with monsters, like some deep stuff in here. Let me insert another sound, how I feel about this movie. It is Robcessed, and it's the inside life of Robert Pattinson. The back says, "Move over, Zac Efron." And then it also says, "The hottest male specimen to grace human vision." Love Rob. Rob is so cute. And also, his range is crazy. This came out in 2009, so it really kind of only focuses on his role in Twilight. Right now, 2025. I just saw The Boy and the Heron, where he voice acts the heron, the bird. Insane. He's another great actor that people like reduce down to Twilight and Twilight only. This movie is all jokes to me. I saw this in the thrift store and I said, yeah, you're coming home with me. This is not a serious, like, recommendation. I mean, if you really care to see the ultimate all-access guide to the world's biggest, hottest new star of 2009, go for it. But I mean, like, this, it really is just a joke. Okay. Here she is. Here's Daredevil. By day, blind attorney Matt toils for justice in Hell's Kitchen. By night, he's Daredevil, the man without fear. You like Marvel, y'all know his story already. I don't know why I love Daredevil and Elektra, but like I can't get into the Marvel Cinematic Universe because there's like so many movies in a franchise. It's like a lot of homework to me. Even like new franchises like the X trilogy by Ty West, I still just can't get into. I love X and I love Pearl, but Maxine really hit the nail in the coffin for me on franchises. It kind of proved to me again why I don't like franchises, but I digress. We'll talk about the X trilogy in a different video. This is Mr. and Mrs. Smith, a movie you guys probably know, of course. It has Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie smolder in this sizzling action film from director Who Cares. After 5, in parentheses, it says, or 6, do y'all not know your own movie? Okay, after 5 or 6 years of vanilla wedding oh, I bet you that's like a joke in the movie. You know, I just remembered straight people really love to be like, my husband doesn't remember our anniversary or how long we've been together. So yeah, anyways, this is a really good action movie too. Maybe I am an action movie lover. Like, I'm just a liar, I guess. Okay, we're coming to the end. I have 3 movies left. This is the 1976 version of Carrie, the only Carrie version I wish that existed. Unless Hollywood casts a book-accurate Carrie. This is my favorite version for a lot of reasons. 1, it was the blueprint. 2, it has a lot of very interesting editing choices for the time. This is one of those movies that new technology and new editing softwares and new things were possible, so they kind of tried what they wanted to try. It does one of my favorite things that I love to see in movies where it's split screen in some scenes where you see what's going on over here and then see what's going on over there, but they actually use like a visual like split. Do not watch any other one until you see this one. Okay, the last 2 movies that I have, I would like to describe as like critics either hate them and gay people really love them. So with that being said, the Hannah Montana movie. Like, you have the best movie collection. I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, Hannah Montana the movie. She has the best of both worlds. Okay, the last movie. Okay, so I have the poster for it. I have the Japanese movie poster for it because look at it. It's so cunty. It's Showgirls. It's Showgirls, it's Showgirls, it's Showgirls. By the end of my channel, like I said, I'm going to be that annoying person that nonstop talks about Showgirls and Pan's Labyrinth. Whoever thinks this is a bad movie, you have the worst taste in America or in the world, and I need you to fix that. This is camp. This is so camp. An erotic experience. I'm gonna be honest, this movie really, really changed my personality. It rewired my brain. I have never been affected by a movie like I have been by Showgirls. One of my favorite creators, she is on YouTube now. She is Boring Blue Ghosts, if you want to go check her out. I know her from TikTok. I love her content. And I think she describes this movie the best. It is a viewing experience that you will only get once in your entire life. There really is not another movie like this. And if there is a movie like this, it's a direct like response. Capitalize off of how this movie like impacted audiences. Looking at You, Striptease with Demi Moore. This movie follows Nomi Malone, a new and rising star in the Vegas scene. She is attempting to become the big name in Vegas. She is willing to do really crazy things to get to the top. There is like a homoerotic tension between her and the other lead actress. This movie came out in 1995 and it is NC-17. There is a lot of nudity in here. And trigger warning, because I respect everyone, there is an SA scene in here and it is skippable. The director, Paul Verhoeven, Paul Verhoeven has done like interviews saying that he really wishes that he did not include that scene. And I also agree, like, it does not need to be in there. I don't like seeing that stuff as well, so I will always tell you guys if there is stuff like that in movies. It did so badly in theaters to, like, a 95 audience that they have not put another NC-17 movie in theaters ever again, and I think that is so iconic and funny. The acting is, like, over the top. This really is a watch experience that you will only get once, and it's from this movie. This would be one of those movies that I really wish I could watch for the very first time, like, over again, and have the joy of seeing this movie for the very first time. So down bad for this movie that I have not only the Japanese movie poster, but I have the Japanese movie poster tattooed onto me. It's upside down, so sorry for that, but, like, it's the exact same, like, pose she's doing with the text going across. Anyways, thank you for listening to me yap about movies. You can find me on Letterboxd at ZachSage777, and you can find me on Instagram at Chupacabra. I'll put the ats where you can find me in the caption on the video. Enjoy how I decide to edit this, and I look forward to posting more videos. I think it's very scary to sit here and look at myself the whole time, film myself, edit it, and kind of post it into the world. Thank you for listening to me yap.